And gas prices climbed on Tuesday on fears of the Ukraine-Russia crisis that is likely to disrupt supplies across the world. The price of Brent crude oil, an international benchmark, touched a 7-year high of more than $99 per barrel after President Vladimir Putin ordered troops into Ukraine's east. Here now are the details and other news-making headlines across the globe.
Prices later moderated despite Western countries responding with economic sanctions and moves to block a key Russian gas pipeline. After falling more than 1.5% in early trade on Tuesday, Wall Street turned up following remarks by U.S. President Joe Biden outlining the U.S. response. The Dow closed down 1.4%, however, while the wider S&P 500 slumped 1% and the Nasdaq fell 1.2%. Russia is the second largest oil exporter after Saudi Arabia and the world's top producer of natural gas. Measures forcing the country to supply less crude or natural gas would have substantial implications on oil prices and the global economy. Already rising oil prices have jumped more than 10% amid the tensions. Analysts are predicting oil could go above $100 a barrel due to a combination of the Ukraine crisis, cold winter in the US, and a lack of investment in oil and gas supplies around the world. Meanwhile, China's machinery industry recovered steadily over the past year, according to the latest data released by the China Machinery Industry Federation on Tuesday. The data shows that although the machinery industry in 2021 was affected by various difficulties, such as the epidemic, chip shortages, soaring raw material prices, and tight power supply, the economic operation of the entire industry was generally stable, and the annual increase in major economic indicators exceeds expectations. In 2021, the added value of China's machinery industry increased by 10% year-on-year, which rose 0.4 and 0.2 percentage points higher than that of the national industry and manufacturing industry in the same period. Finally, rising inflation led to government interest payments hitting a record high for the month of January, figures show. Interest payments hit £6.1 billion last month, the highest amount for January since records began in April 1997, and up from £4.5 billion last year. The payments are pegged to the retail price index measures of inflation, which reached 7.8% in January. January's interest payments were, however, below the all-time high of £9 billion in June last year. The surplus compares with a £2.5 billion deficit in January 2021, when spending on coronavirus support measures was higher. However, the latest figure is still £7 billion smaller surplus than in January 2020 before the pandemic.